If Parliament is dissolved, elections are unlikely to be called due to the Covid-19 pandemic. According to legal experts, this means the current government can continue in power as a caretaker government until the next general election is held. If the young di-Pertuan Agong were to consent to such a dissolution, it is unlikely that a general election would be possible within the constitutionally mandated 60-day window due to the severity of the pandemic. A precedent has already been set in Sarawak, where state polls that were supposed to be held within 60 days of August 2nd were suspended when the state of emergency was extended in the state until February next year. Lawyer Bastian Pius Vendagen said, suspending the general election would similarly have to come by way of another emergency proclamation since there were no explicit provisions to allow for an extension beyond 60 days. You could have a limited emergency theoretically, but the question then is obviously whether we want to go down that path again. But that would be the way to suspend elections, he said. On the limitations of a caretaker government, he said that in theory, there were not many. The current government would stay in power until elections are held. It remains in place to carry out the day-to-day administration of the country. Another lawyer, Gurdial Singh, said caretaker governments in Malaysia had historically been caretakers in name only. We've seen it time and time again. During the period between dissolution and polls, the government continues to spend money and push forward with major projects. Gurdial said the caretaker government should, by right, merely watch over the country until fresh elections could be held.